It's happening. I am rapidly becoming a flannel gay. You know, as happens to many of us. I figured I wouldn't like layers that much, but, as it turns out, got a hand-me-down like, no, actually, I dig this. Got a couple more coming. So, really, I don't know how my body works, because, I'm fine putting on the layers, but sometimes my body just says, no, I don't want to wear that. It's I'm fine with long socks. High collars, no. And sometimes also regular collars, also now. Sometimes I'm just wearing a t-shirt, and it's my neck doesn't appreciate anything existing on top of it. So I really don't understand how my body likes and dislikes the things I put on it. I can, however, say, probably said it last year, but I'm going to say it again, really fucking hate jeans. Not a fan. I'm becoming less and less enthused with them every year. I'm in sweats as soon as I'm able to. As soon as I have nothing to prove to the world, I'm getting rid of denim. Goodbye. You're going in the hamper. Anyway, hello. It's stream time. And, this is a long song of the day and a semi-length intro. Feel like they've been very short lately, but that one's slightly longer. But we will delay no longer because it's time for the end of Slay the Princess. So, let's load the old game. And let's see. Right here.
You're on a path in the woods. And at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Indeed.
You're here to slay her.
Oh, I can turn this back on.
If you don't,
Auto doesn't need to be on
the end
now.
of the world.
Alright, so we just started Damsel, so I think once again we're just gonna go into, oh you bastard, you're in for it now, I'm wise to your tricks.
My tricks?
Deja vu.
What on earth are you talking about? We just met for the first time.
You have gotten me killed for 2 runs in a row, narrator.
Yes, he didn't approve of us last time,
you're
did
smitten.
he? If we're going to save our beloved, we'll have to be sneaky about it.
You are not sneaky in the slightest, Smitten.
Our beloved?
Yes, you'll have to be very sneaky about your intentions if you're going to try and save the princess.
Ah, so all of the cards are on the table.
Oh,
Then you
that
should
seems to
know
be
that
my
we
fault.
and the princess are in love, and the 4 of us will be foiling any and all assassination attempts you've got in the works.
We'll see about that. Whatever you do, just be sure to ignore him specifically. It sounds like he's the
Hero,
sort who'd
you're on
sacrifice
thin
the whole
ice.
world for
Smitten.
a peck on the cheek.
I want to set him on fire
What
with
can
my
I
mind.
say? A world without love is a world that isn't worth saving.
Alright, I think we can take a little more time, because we're still mad at narrator. Again, second cycle in a row, he's gotten
Those are
us
2
killed.
very different questions, but fine. I'll indulge you if that's what it takes to get you moving. Let's say for a moment that this really is the second time you've met me, or at least a version of me.
Oh, there have been so many more, narrator.
You died last time, which probably only happened because you didn't listen to me.
Incorrect.
You were the one who did us in, villain.
Well, not you in the literal sense, but you did everything you could to stop us from rescuing her. Oh, I wonder why. Maybe it's because the entire world was at stake. No lone princess is worth that price.
I beg to differ.
I'm not going to argue with you. I'm just going to take a deep breath and assume that whoever is making the decisions here has the common sense to ignore your protestations.
I don't really listen to him that often,
Anyway,
yeah.
I believe your second question was, what's the point of doing anything? If you're asking that, it
Still
sounds
love
to
that
me
one.
like you're making the rather dangerous assumption that your actions last time around didn't have any consequences.
We'll never get tired
What
of
do you
that
mean?
reading.
Of course there weren't any consequences. You forced the princess to kill us, and now everyone's right back where they started. That sounds pretty consequence-free to me. Yes, but in this purely hypothetical scenario, that begs the question of how you got back here. Did time simply rewind itself, or were you instead transported to a different world entirely? If it's the latter, what do you think happened after you died?
I think she kind of just sat there and
Do you
cried,
think the people there
honestly.
lived happily ever after? Or do you think that the princess, left unhindered, brought about the end to everyone and everything, just like I told you she would?
I think
She
she's just in the
would
basement.
never. She's a perfect angel that you cruelly imprisoned as part of some convoluted, dastardly scheme.
Convoluted.
I don't know how this premise could be any more simple. Princess bad, stop her, save everyone.
Yeah, that's the entire story of Save the Princess. There's nothing more to it. Alright. I think we'll go with this
Just
one
be
first.
quick about it.
Let's go with the first one.
She just can. Believe me, I wish I could tell you more, but you'll just have to trust that what I'm saying is true, and that, despite it all, you're fully up to the task that's been given to you.
I don't know, I'm kind of a mess.
Maybe
I got
it's
nothing.
her beauty that threatens the world.
Shut the fuck up,
Sure,
Smitten.
it's her beauty. Why not? And before you ask, no, we can't just keep her
Sure,
down.
she's just so
If you
hot,
don't
everybody
slay her, she's going
ignites,
to find a way
whatever.
out. It's unfortunate, I know, but it's just the way it is.
Alright, so he is, of course, under the assumption that she's going to get out. And not just sit there and weep.
People locked her in that basement, and I told you what this place is. It's a path in the woods. Don't overcomplicate things.
Did we do this one before? I feel like we've done this one before. No, we'll ask one more time.
I'm not supposed to say this.
Okay, yeah, no, I
but
think I've seen this bit of
it's
dialogue before.
because you're special. You're the only person capable of doing this. Call it a prophecy, if that helps, but it's just the way things are.
Oh, I didn't know we were special.
Of course you're special. Why else would you be here?
Someone really
Calling us
hates us.
special isn't going to make us friends, even if it did feel nice.
Validate me
Well,
all
believe
you
me,
want,
the
villain. It's
last
not
thing
going
I
to
want is for
work.
you and I to be friends.
Try a few more times just
But
to
I'm
make
a
sure,
professional,
though.
And I'm not going to let my dislike for you get in the way of helping you save the world.
I really don't like Spittin'. Is everybody feeling me on that one?
I've told you everything you need to know. Going into more detail would just overcomplicate an otherwise very simple situation and make your job more difficult.
Emotionally speaking, yeah, I
Not to sound
think
like
we've
a
seen
broken
that
record,
before.
but the less you know about her, the better things will go for all of us. I know it sounds like I'm hiding something, but you're just going to have to take me at my word.
Alright,
Great.
that's all.
Now, if you don't mind, the whole world is waiting.
am I not
with
allowed to
bated
put the
breath
cards on
for
the
you
table?
to save it from ruin.
Or is that gonna come up here? Okay, should we tell him about it ahead of time? I'm gonna proceed.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in
I
her
feel like we
power
feel
to
bad
stop
for the
you from
narrator,
slaying
but
her.
we're
Don't
also
believe
very
a word she
pro-princess,
says.
so...
We already told you we're not playing along with your little game. It's your lies that can't be trusted. Her beauty is the only thing in the world we can believe in.
I think we've already been over this. I'm pretty sure he just likes the sound of his own voice.
Well,
do,
he voices most
but
of the
I
characters,
also speak
so...
from the heart. My passions are too great to be stifled. They must
I
be
suppose he must be at
expressed.
least a little fond of it.
Sure, yeah, your passions are strong and all, but not everyone needs to hear them. Some things are better kept quiet.
This fucking guy
Don't pay
can.
their bickering any mind. Focus on the task ahead.
But their bickering's the best part.
The interior of the cabin is clean and elegant, its stone walls draped in fine-threaded tapestries, a prison befitting a royal prisoner. The only furniture of note is an ornate wooden table with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
This whole cabin's different than last time.
Very different.
Is it? I can't say I was paying much attention to the scenery last time around.
You weren't even born yet, Smitten.
Maybe that's because you haven't actually been here. I hope this means you'll finally drop that ridiculous past life nonsense.
Never.
You haven't died, and you certainly haven't been killed by the princess.
I've already played through this game once, narrator. I'm on a completely different
focus
level
up.
than you.
Stop letting yourself get distracted.
Alright, so approach the mirror.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here.
What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. It's a mirror. Or at least it'll be a mirror once we wipe off that layer of grime.
Alright.
You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now.
Oh, the bricks are already kind of getting squiggly.
There was a mirror a second ago.
Yeah, look at that.
And now it's gone. Pity. We could have a feather out of place and now we'll never know. We can't gallantly sweep her off her feet if we have a feather out of place.
I think she'd respect us there. Alright, anyway, let's enter the basement. I don't know if the additional damsel stuff will be added if I do the same thing I did last time.
Open, revealing an intricate stairwell. Gold-trimmed carpet glimmers in the light of the torches positioned along the walls. The basement almost seems welcoming in the dim firelight. But it's still a stone basement. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. A soft voice carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
Her voice. It's somehow even more beautiful than last time. I can hear wedding bells already. I've held my tongue till now, but you're taking this a little too far. We barely even know the princess. We can still do right by her without all this over-the-top fawning.
Let's go for a date first.
Yes, for everyone's sake, you're not in love. Just remember that her charms are all part of the manipulation. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall.
My love, we're here to rescue you from your unjust and foul imprisonment.
You know she can't hear you, right?
She
Say the
may
thing
not
I
be
just said,
able to hear
please.
my words, but surely she can hear my spirit.
Oh, your spirit's plenty loud, all right.
It's you, my dashing hero. I was so worried you wouldn't come back.
Did you hear that? She said we're dashing.
And she called us a hero.
That's me.
Flattery really goes a long way with the two of you, doesn't it?
Boy, you two are suckers, huh?
Waiting for you to come back. I didn't want to believe your ravings back in the woods, but this is next to incontrovertible evidence. You've been here before.
That's right, villain, and you killed us.
I'm doing alright.
Well, she killed us.
It's a chain of
Because
events.
he made us try and kill her, it was self-defense. Our beloved's hands remain unstained by cruelty.
Oh no, they were very
You've
stained.
died
There was
before.
so much blood.
So an entire world has been damned to oblivion. I'd really hoped I'd be the first, but what's done is done. What matters is you have a chance to do it right this time.
Oh, I already messed
Now,
that up.
hold on. If she actually ended a world, are you sure we want to do this? Are you sure we want to rescue her?
Alright, so... What are my options? Well, I mean, clearly I can't slay her, but I also don't have a knife, so... Can't pursue that one. You killed me last time and it hurt a lot. Why did you do that?
I'm sorry. Didn't you want me to?
I mean,
Did
kinda,
we?
yeah.
We warned her of the cruel forces seizing our body. That's practically telling her to kill us.
No,
She is our
no.
beloved, and she made the choice to
That's
free
not
us of our
murder,
misery, to
Smitten.
show us mercy and make the best
Messed up
decision
saying
for everyone.
She made the best decision for her. Don't be so quick to assign kindness. You're just opening yourself up to manipulation.
She was crying a lot. Does that help any? What happened after I died?
You died, and now we're talking.
But before we started talking, did the world end? Did you end the world?
I don't know. Was I supposed to have ended the world? Would that have made you happy?
Isn't that just like our darling princess? She wants to make us happy. My heart melts further with every word that passes through her beautiful lips.
Are you listening to her? That's a confession.
Are you dumb? No, definitely don't think that. No, I don't want the world to end.
Then I didn't end the world.
Well, good for you, me neither.
See? She didn't confess anything. She is innocence itself.
Not so sure.
I didn't bring a knife. Do I have to cut you out again?
I'm okay with whatever you come up with. You can cut my arm off again.
We won't be laying a finger on her perfect wrists, and indeed, we won't even have to. Do you see how dainty her hands are? We'll be able to slip her right out with no harm done.
Sure about
What?
that?
No, she's a prisoner here. You can't just slip her hand through the chains.
Yeah, it looks like it's still
Why are
pretty
you two
firmly on
arguing over
there.
the logistics of slipping her hand out of her shackles? She just said she'd be okay with any idea we came up with. Am I the only one here who thinks that's weird?
Alright, are you
She
also
didn't
fine
care
with being
last time.
decapitated?
Why should she care this
That worked
time?
last time.
That's our stoic, smiling angel.
No, you're right. It's extremely bizarre behavior and further evidence that she's a monster who's not to be trusted. So go ahead and slay her.
Well, let's
No.
rescue her then.
I can't let you do that. If you take another step towards the princess, I'll...
You'll what? Take over our body and force us to try and kill her?
I would if you had a weapon.
What, you're not gonna drop
Not
it
on
in here
my
this
watch,
time?
villain. My passions contain titanic depths, and if you try anything that might harm our dearest, I will end our life without a second thought.
Hold on a sec.
You
I didn't sign up for that.
I would.
He's
I'd
crazy.
listen to him if I were you. He has a lot of strong feelings, and doesn't the world end if we don't stop her?
You approach the princess and gingerly slide her hand from her bindings. That shouldn't have worked. I'll be damned. We're doomed.
I can't believe it. But I guess I have to.
Alright, well,
I
That's
told
easy.
you, there's no life more worth living than that of a true believer.
I'm free.
Chains ain't
And
shit.
You're not trying to kill me this time. Thank you. Thank you so much.
The princess jumps up and smothers you in a joyful embrace. Ugh. If only you had a weapon, one slip of the wrist and your pristine blade would be buried in her back and everyone out there would be saved. Luckily for Mr. Romance, we don't have a weapon.
Who needs a weapon when we have the power of love on our side?
What do we do now?
I feel like I'm gonna run into the early end again. 'Cause I didn't bring a weapon, so it's kind of on me if I didn't get to see anything super new. But that's also just the point of the game I'm at, though. I have an order to things, and yeah, maybe if I did this one early, I would have brought the knife here, out of suspicion, but We're kind of firmly in. We're just gonna help her territory. But I feel like I still want to go down
Let
this
me
route.
guess. End the world?
Spoken with the rank cynicism of someone who has never felt love in his heart.
I don't actually know. Nobody's ever asked me what I wanted before.
She doesn't even know what she wants. You may have had her all wrong. What if this whole thing is just a misunderstanding? What if she doesn't want to end the world? You're so gullible. Is the only thing you've ever doubted the actual truth?
I think I want to leave. And I think...
The princess closes her eyes in deep reflection. And then she shrugs.
I don't know. What do you want to do?
I feel like it's not a proper end to this version of Damsel if she doesn't suffer ego death, so... I want you to tell me what you want.
I just want to make you happy.
Yep, there she goes.
She can't just want to make us happy.
What? The music
It
do
makes
this
sense to
last
me.
time?
That's all I want for her, so of course she'd want the same for us.
I mean, I probably did, but I don't remember it getting discordant. Fucking E-rank ass music. But you need your own thing. You just met me. You can't base your entire happiness around me.
Okay, if that's what makes you happy.
Is she broken? What's going on? What's going on is she's lying to you, only she isn't a good liar. Are you starting to trust me now?
I want you to make me unhappy.
Okay, if that's what makes you happy, I can make you unhappy.
This isn't right. I don't know what's going on, but this isn't right.
I fail to see the problem here. She's just sweet on us. You don't have to act like it's a big deal.
Huh. I don't remember this first option here. Yeah, you know, fuck it, I'm gonna go with this one. Okay, clearly something is happening here, and I'm very scared. What if we just don't do anything? What if we just stay here? Nobody gets hurt, we just figure out a way to be happy together.
Oh, is that really what you want?
Oh,
If you think that would make you happy, then...
alright.
Her eyes dart uncomfortably to the corners of the room.
I guess we could do that.
Well, at least she's normal again.
Normal again? Can't you tell she's sad? She's distraught. This is unacceptable.
Her eyes only
But
get that big when she
can't
has
be unhappy
anxiety.
about staying with us. Can she? No. It has to be him. It has to be this place. If we just made these walls more fitting for a princess, if we just say the right things, if we just showed her the contents of our heart, she'd be happy here.
I don't like how you said that one.
As the voice thinks its thought, your
How
hands
literal are
raise,
you,
fingers
thinking?
pointing towards your chest, and then...
Smitten.
What?
Smitten.
No, you absolutely do not do that.
Smitten, what you doing?
Oh, but I do.
Smitten, what you doing?
What is he doing? We can't see unless you tell us. Are you sure you want to know? I suppose I can't stall forever.
I could turn auto off.
You plunge your nails into your chest, digging deep, grasping for a handhold. And you find it, your fingers curling around your ribs.
Oh no, what are you doing? Are you okay? You can't do that and be okay.
Time
I
out.
wasn't
He
okay
should not
before
be
this
allowed to do
happened.
that. He's not the decider.
And yet, it's done, isn't it?
It will be soon.
Ugh.
You yank violently, your
Yeah, I
bones
keep wondering what
cracking
Smitten
with
does.
pops as you
Apparently
pull
it's
yourself
this.
apart inch by painful inch. Your exposed heart, framed by jagged ribs, thumps.
I thought he was gonna pull it
rhythmically
out.
in your raw, bloodied chest. The loosened threads of your body unfurling to cover the surface of the room.
Don't mind my sacrifice. It's a fair price to pay to give her everything she doesn't know she wants.
Oh, Smitten's actually terrifying.
Oh, I see. You're trying to tell me something.
Hit me in
It's
the head
beautiful.
until I can't hear Smitten, please.
The princess, mesmerized, reaches towards your beating heart, and then everything goes dark and we die? Yes. You're on a path in the woods. Mate, we're clearly already in the cabin. Excuse me? You're clearly... Oh. Huh. So you are. How do you know about the cabin? I didn't get to the cabin part of my opening monologue yet. We've been here before. Well, not here, but I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. You knew about the loop-in last time. Not that he was eager to divulge that.
Paranoid.
Right on cue, here's the new guy. Welcome!
We haven't actually had
I can't
a
say
lot
I'm
of new
happy
guys.
to be here. This is a bad place, all stale and wrong. Can't you feel it? Okay, yes, I get it. You've been here before. That's terrible. You know that, right? Because the only reason you would have been here before is if you failed in whatever world you'd come from, meaning you doomed an entire other reality. But I'm sure since you're so well-travelled, you know that, yes? We know that you keep telling us that, but we've never seen a world end. As far as I'm concerned, that whole conversation is just noise. And I'm stuck on a better question. Where's the other one?
Yeah, that's
The
worrying.
Other one?
Oh, Smitten, you
Yeah,
hate him.
A certain lovesick fool has been suspiciously quiet. One might even say, absent.
Man, I have just not had good luck for getting more than one extra
Right.
voice, huh?
It's a little quiet here, isn't it? Maybe that's one of the rules. Maybe only one bonus voice is allowed to be here at a time.
Oh, absolutely not.
Bonus voice? I'm just as important as you are. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. All I'm saying is that it's my third time here and it's your first. You're not unwelcome, but from my perspective, you're definitely bonus.
Are you claiming
I'm
squatters'
going to
rights in my
describe the room
brain?
now. The interior of the cabin is vast and regal. High arched windows line the walls, their multicoloured glass casting kaleidoscopic patterns across the stone floor. An iron chandelier hangs from the vaulted ceiling, its many candles lit with flickering light, vaguely illuminating the massive room. This is a house fit for royalty. Before you, there isn't a blade, is there? That's not good.
I'll take the table. Does it matter if the blade's here? We didn't use it last time, and the time before that, she used it to kill us.
I see your point, but it's still an option that's been taken away from us. I don't like losing options. Yes, and it's an important one. It's your implement. You're going to need it if you want to do this right. And the fact that you're here, right now, again, means that you have not yet done this right. But it's not there, is it? We don't even get the choice. So, what are we supposed to do? I don't actually know. I'm sure it'll turn up somewhere. It has to. It's part of the whole structure of this place, I think. At the very least, it's important.
So, none of you are going to talk about the mirror?
Oh, I see it. I've just been preoccupied with everything else going on. Like the fact that we can rip our own heart out without deciding that's what we're going to do.
Well, as far as I can tell, it wasn't out at any
Is that
point.
what happened to you last
It
time?
was, in
How did
open
that
air,
even
more so
work?
than it should be.
You better not do it again.
But it was still in place.
Lucky for you, the one who did it is the one who's gone. Wonderful. Moving on, I have no idea what you're talking about. There is no mirror. There's only the stained glass windows, the empty table where your blade should be, and the door to the basement. You said that last time too, but that hasn't stopped it from showing up again. Or moving. Mirror or no mirror, the door to the basement, your only way forward, is just on the other side of the room. How about you walk over there?
Apparently I could turn around and leave at this point, but no.
You cross the room, stopping just in front of the door to the basement. What is this about that supposed mirror? Just reach forward and fumble around a bit. I'm sure you'll find the handle. Well, shall we have a look at ourselves? Maybe it won't go away this time.
Reach forward.
You reach forward, your
here
hand
it is.
instinctively wrapping around the handle. Figures.
I wouldn't say it's instinct, I was kind of up here.
And then you push
I
the
was
door
way
open.
off.
Marvellous. We can proceed. It would seem that the stairs to the basement don't lead to a basement at all. Rather, they go up. They're draped in fine carpet too, one that feels pleasantly soft against your feet. If the princess
is in
lives
here.
slaying
Oh.
her would probably... no, it doesn't work here at all. This place is nice.
She's having a good
Fancy,
time.
even. I have to say, whatever you did in your previous lives, I deeply dislike how much it's thrown me off my rhythm.
Good.
Well, if all of this has thrown you off your rhythm so much, then maybe we don't have to slay the princess. No, you absolutely do. Just because she lives in a nice house doesn't mean she doesn't pose a direct threat to all of reality. It's in her very nature. Am I the only one who remembers how much she changed last time? Does she even have a nature? That is precisely why she poses a threat. I don't know, she got weird for a second, yeah, but she didn't change that. We have to move on. This is a wildly dangerous line of reasoning.
Please, I'm done with this.
No, you can't just say that and not... Her voice, gentle and warm, with an undercurrent of fatigue, rolls down the stairs.
You're home. Dinner's ready.
As much as I desperately want to know what happened last time, we are not going to examine it. The more we think, the worse this gets. Why are you so on edge? This is much nicer than what we're used to. I'd like to have dinner. Dinner sounds nice.
Feel
That
like I've
is
got
the
a bad
problem.
feeling
This isn't
where this is
supposed to be
going.
nice, and she's supposed to be a prisoner. I need to stop talking. I need to
It's gonna be
stop
getting really sad,
talking.
isn't it?
Go upstairs, okay? And don't eat the food.
Alright, well,
This
we only
hall,
gave her a
like the one
partial
below,
ego death, and now
is
she's a
grand
housewife.
and beautiful. Torches bathe the room in warm,
You need to
comforting
murder
light.
me. It's
Just
only
enough to
proper.
illuminate the tapestries along every wall, woven with scenes of chivalry and courtship and romance. The many cloth eyes are fixed on each other, gazes averted from the long table in the center of the room. The princess, seated at its far end.
Poke you.
Your pristine blade glints in the weak torchlight, hanging from a golden chain around the princess's neck.
Oh, there it is. I didn't even see it.
So that's where it is. And the tip is already pointed right at her heart. Okay, everything is falling back into place. All you have to do is cross the room, push down a little, and the entire world is saved. That's easy. Isn't that suspiciously easy? There has to be a twist. There has to be something waiting for us. You saw what happened to her last time. She's not what she seems.
You're here. Now we can start being happy together. Why don't you sit down? Wouldn't that be nice?
As the words leave her mouth,
Go now.
the torches flare and a chair swings in from behind, knocking your legs out from under you. You're forcibly seated at the head of the table.
Isn't that better? It is better right?
Excuse me, immediately leaves. What is this place?
It's our happy ending, just like you asked for. It's everything we're supposed to have ever wanted.
What are we supposed to do now?
Oh, right, dinner. I totally forgotten about it.
Flames burn bright, and a shadow dives across the table. In its wake, it leaves a feast.
Go ahead and dig in. I'm sure you're hungry.
Remember what I said. Oh, but it looks so amazing, and after everything we've been through, we could really use a break. Are you sure we need to be so concerned? I'm not sure about anything, and that's the problem.
That's my thing!
For what it's worth, I generally don't think one should trust strange food that magically appears on a table.
Unless it's
Nothing
D&D.
here is exactly what I expected it to be, so make of that what you will.
I'm gonna say no, actually.
It's okay. It's okay. We can figure something else out. Think. This is fine. This is fine. This is fine. This isn't fine. This isn't fine at all.
As the words leave her mouth, one of the torches on the wall sputters and then goes out entirely.
Alright.
What just happened? Did I do something wrong?
A light went out. Maybe a coincidence, but maybe not. As if in response to the dousing of their brother, the other 3 torches blaze brighter, their flames licking at the walls. Their shadows deepen, dancing angrily across the stone.
Oh, those torches are pissed. I don't think you did anything wrong. I think you just said something you wanted to say.
But it was wrong. I took away a piece of our light. I'm not supposed to do that. I don't want him to be upset with me.
You said he. Who is he?
He's the voice that whispers sweet nothings in my ear.
Fucking knew
I
it
think
was
he made
it's
this
smitten.
place for us.
Fucking knew it was
It all
smitten.
makes
Gonna
sense
get your
now.
ass.
It's him, isn't it? He's making all this happen. He's the one who trapped us here. Who? The lovesick one, the one from last time. He's not gone. He's just with
I got
her
an achievement
now.
for figuring
He's
out
the
it's
shadow.
smitten. Hey, Smitten! You were real chatty last time. Don't you have anything to say?
Smitten?
That's just what I call that
Torches
voice.
flare and the shadow grows for a moment, but you don't receive a response. No, I saw him smile. That's him. Regardless, it would seem that he, if there is a he, isn't something you can talk to.
He says his words are just for me, but he wants me to ask. Isn't this enough? Isn't this what you wanted him to do? He says he's tired. I don't think he'll answer anything else you have to say.
Excuse me.
But as you attempt to get up, the torches flare and shadowed hands pin your wrists to the arms of your too comfortable seat. There will be no getting up. There will be no attempts to slay her. At least not for now.
Alright, I can't get up. Something's holding me down.
The princess smiles nervously.
Oh, yeah, don't worry about it. That's just how it works here. We don't have to go anywhere anymore. We have everything we need. He just wants us to be happy.
Alright, well, forget about the food. What should we do now?
I don't know. Maybe we could play a game. Yeah, that's exactly what we should do.
roar, and the shadow comes dancing across the table. It leaves behind an intricate game, its pieces elegant and beautiful and enticing, its simple rules already apparent, even with little explanation.
We can probably work together to figure this out as we go. That sounds like a lot of fun, right?
Yet another waste of time. Why all the distractions? What are we being distracted from? That's the real game. I feel like I'm 2 steps behind.
I mean, maybe we can figure it out as we go.
I feel like this is just something to do. We might as well try to have some fun. You and the princess do indeed figure it out as you go. And what a game it is. The tension between turns, the triumphant highs of moves well placed, and the tragic lows of miscalculations and careless plays. The warmth of trust and the cool texture of deception. And then, the climax, as she places her final piece.
Oh, I think we got the rules wrong.
And so you start over. Time passes. You play the game. You win. Hey! Will you look at that?
Oh, you won. I guess we can play again.
Time passes.
What are we doing here?
You play the game. She wins.
Oh, I won. I guess we can play again.
There is a long pause, and the board does not reset.
The board becomes
This
Monopoly.
isn't fun anymore.
You're both
Is it?
mad.
It's never
Smitten
going
shrugs.
to stay fun. You don't need me to tell you that it isn't. Oh. The princess visibly panics as another torch sputters.
Wait. Maybe this is just too easy. Maybe if we added more rules and pieces, it would be fun again.
Yeah. The game's just a little simple. We can make it fun again. The shadow descends on the board once again. More pieces are added, their shapes more intricate, their purposes less immediately clear, and the two of you set about discovering the complexities of the game anew.
This table must be hell to play a game like this.
So you do.
And
And it is fun again.
especially if you can't get
In
up.
fact, it's almost as fun as the first time you played, and the sputtering torch roars back to life.
Smitten, are you
But
doing
then
most of
you
this
get
for
used
us?
to the additions, and the feeling starts to fade. A creeping numbness settling in over the board. More pieces are added. The feelings flare. The feelings fade. The princess suggests new rules. A glimmer of what could have been excitement flits through your mind, quickly vanishing as the game progresses. Your pieces advance in an ever-increasing slog to their destination. Winning and losing become nothing but ends, and even the end becomes nothing as you roll over into a new game, the board resetting as many times as you can finish, till finally...
I'm out of ideas. I'm actually out of ideas this time. I don't think I can play anymore.
As the words leave the princess's mouth, another torch goes out.
Hey, I didn't even need to do that
The
one.
remaining
Nice.
flames burn brighter, and the shadow
five.
dances faster.
Put her there.
I'm happy. I
Okay,
promise.
fine.
We're both so happy here. You don't have to be upset.
Another torch should go out since she ignored my
This
high
is
five. Okay, never mind.
awful.
I got it.
I think we all know that we're not happy. We just have to admit it to ourselves.
This place isn't right. We have to put the rest of them out. We have to get rid of that shadow.
Why would we ever do that? We need the light. It's what keeps us happy. Oh, I know. We should do something. How about...
The princess's face drops as she pauses mid-sentence.
Would you look at that? I'm out of ideas.
Oh yeah, I also only know food
Third
and
torch
games.
sputters out. The
What else
princess's
is there in
shadow
life?
dances furiously
Guess there's
against
reading?
the far wall.
There's just one left. What's going to happen when it goes out?
I mean, I was resigned to just asking what she wanted, you know, as an end to the scenario in this one, but I do want to know, and worry about what's gonna happen. If you could do anything in the world, what would it be? What would you choose?
I think I'd like to dance under the stars.
That sounds lovely.
But there aren't any stars here. I'd have to leave.
As she says that, the shadow rushes forward and tightens its grip on her wrists.
I'm not happy here. I don't think I ever was.
The princess sobs, burying her face in her hands as the final torch blows out.
You can open your eyes. I'm still here, you know.
She raises her head, mascara trailing down her cheeks.
So you are. It's dark in here, isn't it?
The princess's eyes dart to the floor.
Well, we can't sit here forever. That part of us is over.
The princess pushes herself from her chair, and you instinctively do the same, waiting by the top of the stairs as she quietly crosses the room.
Do you still care about me?
I don't know if I ever have, but maybe I can now.
That's a nice thought. I think this place was bad for us. It was keeping us small. I think it's time for us to go.
Not for your hand.
As the princess steps towards the stairs, you offer her your hand.
Narrator's also getting
Corners
into
of her mouth curl into a demure smile, and she gently takes your hand in hers. She's cold, a little clammy, but her skin against yours is the most real thing you have ever felt. You're offering surprisingly little resistance.
it. Thanks, hero.
If we leave the cabin, doesn't that end the world? It does, if he's telling the truth. Yes, well, I've seen my fairy tale ending, and I think there might be worse things than the end of the world. Really was just all meaningless blather then, wasn't it? Think what you will. I'm done fighting. You and the princess don't exchange words as you descend the stairs to the cabin's entrance. And then the two of you step out into the world. I think this is the end of me, even if it's not the end of you. I hope this was worth it. Genuinely, I do. He's really gone, isn't he? Yeah. There's an itching in the back of my head that feels like it's finally been scratched. No more shadowy figures yanking at our strings. No more strings. I guess we're free.
The stars are so beautiful. I meant it when I said I wanted to dance.
She gently pulls you forward, and the two of you fall into a graceful step. The only rhythm that guides you is the shared thumping of your hearts, beating in perfect unison. Her face, worn and tired, brightens the faster you move, a soft, sad smile widening and widening until it reflects only genuine affection. You send her out in a wide spin, and your arms stretch to their limits, only the tenuous grasp of your hand in hers holding you together. You share a gaze that feels like it lasts forever.
Thank you for taking me here. This is nice, even if it's a little cold outside.
But you do not get the chance to respond, nor will you ever. It's time to leave. Memory returns.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And is that a mirror? Why is it here? Why now?
It's going to be okay. Just trust me. We've been here before, and you always get scared.
But it feels so bad. Like looking into it right now is going to be the end of everything. It's calling us, and not in a good way.
I'll see you on the other side. It's going to be okay.
Okay. If you say so. We'll trust you. Do we trust you?
Guess I can't say anything to that. You approach the mirror. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. You are nothing at all. That isn't right. You can't be nothing. You refocus your gaze, and then you see it. A figure, faint and veiled in shadow just beyond the reflection. Are you me?
I think you know what I am.
I do. A crack slides down the center of the mirror, splitting the image and the glass in two. And then another crack forms, and another, turning the mirror into jagged shards of broken glass. Does it hurt when pieces of you break off like that?
It doesn't hurt. I don't feel pain. Not physically.
I'm sorry. I don't want to destroy you. Will it help if I keep looking... if I look away or stop asking questions?
We've already crossed the point of no return. There's no saving me now. Not that there's ever been much of me to save.
Are you a part of me, or are you something else?
No, I'm not a part of you. But that's all a matter of perspective, isn't it? From one vantage point I must seem wholly foreign, but from another, well, all the versions of me that have existed have collectively heard your every thought and driven your every action. If that isn't being part of you, then what is?
What are you? Are you something like me?
Oh, I'm nothing like you.
I am an echo, likely one of many. Somebody made you after all, and I'm what's left of him. Not that I'm the only one who can make that claim. I'm sure you've met many others like me.
In one of my lives, you doubted yourself. You thought that all of this was wrong.
Oh, did I? That means nothing in the grand scheme of things. This construct you're in contains every possible world at once. The fact that you managed to find one reality among trillions where I was delusional proves nothing.
Oh. Don't insult ever after narrator like that. You're the one who wanted me to slay the princess. Why?
Because among other things, she is death itself. To rid the world of suffering, to save untold trillions from being lost forever to the cosmic wind, she must be destroyed. And despite how far you've fallen, you will still have a chance to fulfill your purpose once I'm gone.
You said she contains death. What is she?
She is the shifting mound, the ebb and flow, the capacity to change. She is transformation, or most of it. Her nature is why I had to die, for she becomes that which others perceive her to be. But an echo can't perceive things, not in the way that people can.
Narrator is still such a just cool character. I love all of this. If you want me to destroy the concept of transformation, how is that existence any better than death? Or even from death at all? Honestly, it feels worse.
When I broke the cycle, I made sure that the tear was rough. You carry a part of what should be her, and she carries a part of what should be you. Things won't be as they are now, but they won't be nothing either. Besides, anything is better than oblivion. In the end, nobody wants to leave.
Alright, I've got 3 more. If I destroy her, won't I be alone?
Yes, you will, but it will all be worth it.
The people out there beyond the walls of the construct, do they know about this? Do they know what you want me to do to them?
Of course not. The only way this construct could function was if nobody knew what it was doing. But the bones of the universe are old. It's on the cusp of its dying breath, and the people out there are consumed with thoughts of oblivion. When the patterns are wiped from the sand, when the board is reset, who will remember them? All I've done is give them a chance to live outside of the shadow of the end.
I don't really want to be mean to him. Like, he genuinely wants to help. And I think he thinks he's got the best solution. I guess I'm just gonna go with this one. I think you're out of time.
So I am. It's like I said, I'm just an echo. And echoes always fade away. You know what you have to do.
As the final fragment of glass shatters, you see yourself with newfound clarity. You are the long quiet, a vast and ancient god, and it is finally time for you to wake up. All of this is you. Proceed to the cabin one last time. When you arrive at the heart of things, there is no final vessel for you to bear witness to. There's nothing for you to find. Except, you know, what I can only assume is the fourth impact. Hey.
I can finally see you, and you can finally see me. It's been so long, and my heart has ached for this moment. I've missed you dearly.
Do you know about the echo? Did you hear our conversation?
Every word you spoke found its way to me. I know him. He was deluded by his fear of death. Pay him no mind.
I'm the long quiet, but I don't really know what that means.
Names are their attempts to capture that which cannot be captured. They call me the shifting mound, a pale imitation of what I actually am.
I mean, you are a mound that's shifting. I will say, bit of an understatement for this whole situation. Feel like it's kind of underselling what I'm looking at, but anyway, what happens now?
Ever the passive player, always reacting and never acting. But it's woven into your nature, isn't it?
I feel like I've been
When
better
the
this
echo
time.
spun us from one into two, he gave you a choice and me a role to play. I am not death, but I contain it in my multitudes. So, will you attempt to destroy me and bring about a world devoid of death and the possibility of meaning? Or will you open the final doors to our liberation?
Don't you have a say in this? Why is this all falling on me?
Of course I have a say in all of this. You and I share reflections of each other's burdens, just as you and I share reflections of each other's gifts. If we didn't, the winding paths that brought us here wouldn't have been full of strife and conflict.
There has to be another way. This can't just come down to me either destroying you or letting you out. I won't do it.
If you're saying that, it's because you don't yet understand. But we cannot use words alone to grasp at things that words cannot express. And you cannot rationalize with logic that which defies it. Violence and passion are dances that both of us know well. If this is what it takes to enlighten you, then so be it.
A picture of a life, and a picture of a life, and a picture of a life. How deep must repetition still our movements, until even the air we breathe is stale? You doused the flames of false devotion, and in my despair you lifted my chin, and the two of us danced beneath the stars. But the stars can't be seen unless the flames go out, and the walls come crashing down. Can you not do for all things what you did for us?
remember them specifying so clearly. So that might be a new thing, which honestly kind of helps. This whole scene's kind of a lot, so... I won't engage with violence. I don't know, I think this is kind of my favorite one. Just, you speak about life and death and change and stagnation, but that isn't what any of this has been about.
Oh, is it not? Perhaps you can enlighten me. To question everything is to view the
Might
truth
also
in
be new, I
front
don't
of
remember
you.
that.
To live alone within the caverns of your mind is to trap yourself in them forever. But you found me, and we chose to trust each other for no reason than the sake of believing in something that wasn't us. Shared skepticism blossomed into freedom, but we needed to walk a path together to bloom. Would you stop our journey now that you've seen its beginning? What of those in the worlds beyond? Would you erase their paths to stop them from going astray?
This has always just been about us. Two people forced to hurt each other again and again and again and again. But we don't have to hurt each other anymore.
You cling to your emotion of pain and suffering. There is beauty in ugliness, and love in conflict. You are weightless and alone, suspended in the gravity of an idea too great for you to hold. A tiny island caught between the death of the old and the birth of the new. But you did
She
not
big.
go quietly. You spat in the eye of that which would claim godhood, and through that defiance, you bound us both together. Without me, there are no externalities to resist. And without you to resist me, there can be no externalities. It is struggle that carves meaning into consciousness.
Get out of there. Don't stay in the scene like that. Alright, so that's got a little fancy outline to it. But this seems like it could be a very cool ending. Kinda curious where that leads to, but I don't think that one's fitting for me. I'm... What's this do for me? I miss when that was you. I really miss when you were just a big lady. But I'm gonna say, I can only say one of these. Shoot, now I kinda wish I was addressing all of them. Darn it. Forgot that's what that was there for, but that wasn't Explore options, so that's on me for not picking it. I don't like this. It is sort of what it was, though. But... we made each other worse.
We changed each other. Are you not happy with who you've become?
Wasn't happy with the pain now.
A shiver passes through you as ice and fingers dance across your skin. They remember the violence you inflicted on them, and yet they don't return it.
I wonder what it's gonna do for Razor since I
I offer you
skipped that one.
absolution, and you take my hand in yours. You felt the pain you caused another, and you were willing to sacrifice everything you thought was yours to set me free. Without sin, there is no redemption.
Thanks for that, bye. I would sacrifice everything to free you again.
And yet there is nothing left for you to sacrifice, so long as you accept me with open arms.
As the clash between you abates, the princess relaxes, smiling from a distance. The respite is welcome.
Nothing is immutable. Everything that is exists only in relation to everything it isn't. There is no constant. There is no center. Open your eyes and accept what we are. We can leave this prison together.
Well, there's a few explore options. It's easy to believe in the things you believe in when you get to sit above it all.
It is from my vantage point that I can see the totality of truth.
What do you think happens if we leave here?
This universe dies, and a new one is born. And that one dies, and a new one is born. And you and I get to witness it all, weaving a tapestry of life wherever we go.
You've done everything you can to make me understand your perspective, but you keep dismissing mine. If you think you can change me, then I must be able to change you.
What I offer you is not perspective. It is truth.
Whatever you're trying to do right now, you don't have to do it alone.
Hell yeah. Which hero are you?
All of them? I assume in the same way that you're all of you.
I am all of me, like Shadow the Hedgehog is. You have no idea how good it is to hear you.
It's good to be here.
I'd high-five you, but you're only
She's
a
too many
voice.
things all at once out here. If you want to get through to her, you need some way to get through all of that divine confidence. There's still a piece of me nestled close to where it all began. I can take you there. I can take you to her heart.
It's time to resume our dance.
We already danced once. We're
She's
good.
relentless, isn't she? Let's make this quick. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. Go for it. I forgot about the doodles. That's why you keep your concept art.
And here we are. I'd say we were back where it all started, but I guess it's a little after that, isn't it?
Yeah, space is here. It's falling apart a little.
Need me to describe things? That'd be nice. A little comfort in an almost unfamiliar place. Oh, you made it here too?
This is the first
We never really got to talk
we
to
did,
her,
yeah.
did we? This one, I mean.
Oh, we really didn't know. Is it just the three of us? Did anyone else make it to the cabin?
It's just us. I think the rest of them are still out there, jumbled up in the rest of her.
Aww.
And I've been here since you left me here. No hard feelings, I'm just glad you're back to see this through.
If the offer still stands, could you describe the cabin to us, for old time's sake?
Yeah, of course. The interior of
Oh,
the
yeah,
cabin
Smitten's
is...
into this.
Well, it's not really a cabin, is it?
It's that terrifying blend of everything. Only it doesn't feel so terrifying anymore. It's still shaped like a cabin, it's just different in
Smitten
places.
just
There's
exists
still
in a
walls,
wellspring of
a
princess.
door to the basement, a table, that knife. Windows. You know, come to think of it, I don't think he ever really included the windows in his cabin descriptions, did he? I always thought they were implied. He never mentioned the mirror either, but that didn't mean he implied it was there.
We gotta
It's
board up
gone, though.
these windows, though.
I think it did whatever it needed to do.
We're snowed in.
And I know you're still trying to find some middle ground, but if things go south, we're going to need that blade.
Alright, well, we'll take the blade.
That's probably for the best. It's always seemed to give us more things we can do, right?
Yeah, just mind the gap over here.
So you're not going to suggest we throw it out the window? No, we've been through too much for that. And he's gone, so there's no one left to mess with but ourselves.
Oh, you can mess with me, it's fine.
You've gotten serious.
At this point, I welcome it.
Besides, what's the third beat? It isn't funny if I suggest that twice, especially since you never took me up on it last time. There's the guy I know.
I'm going to enter the basement, but God, do I want to throw it out the window. I'm more just confused as to how that would work and kind of worried we just let all of them in if we did. We just have to go to the basement.
Those winding stairs again. But now there's only one way forward. Do you remember the first time we were here? The first time we heard her voice? Yeah, it was a real mess. Stopped being fun pretty quick.
It's okay. You can come down. The stairs won't bite. Not this time. We don't know what you want from us. But let's talk. All of us. Maybe we can help you find your way.
She doesn't sound messy anymore, though. At least somebody here feels put together.
Continue down the stairs.
And forward we go. We shouldn't keep her waiting. That was easy compared to last time. Just stairs. No weird fuzzy stuff or nonsense trying to pull us apart. Yeah, that wasn't so bad.
So, you brought the knife. After everything you've seen, and all the lives we've lived together, you still aren't sure what you want to do? Unless you are. We just hope you're sure of yourself, one way or the other.
Gonna sit with him. I don't think I want to be a god.
Hard agree. Seems overrated. Too much pressure.
He gets it.
But that's what you've always been. Even now. You can't put aside such an important part of who you are. And neither can we. So, you might as well embrace it.
I never got the chance to talk to you before you were taken away. Not you at least. I'm sorry for what I did.
It's okay. No hard feelings. In a way, you helped us become a version of her. But we weren't very good at it. I don't think a conversation with us then would have been very insightful. That's probably why we were taken away. That's all we had to offer you. It was time to change again.
After all we did, she's just forgiving us. Just like that. You know, that means a lot.
Are you the same as you are out there?
Yes, we think. We're kind of like a shadow. Out there, every part of us is blended together into one huge idea. A big wave of unyielding change crashing against the world. But in here, we're fractured. Small. Still a little more separate than we'd like to be. Our instincts still trying to pull us in different directions.
That's kind of like us, isn't it?
Yep, we're all in the same boat.
We really are the same.
So who are these two then? Well, what are those personalities? That one looks downcast. She kind of looks chipper. What are we gonna do?
Maybe this doesn't have to end just yet. Maybe there never even has to be an ending. The way it all works seems to be based on you. If you believe we can do something, then we can do it. So believe that we can put it all back. Believe we can fix the Echo's construct and make us all forget. Believe we can send us all back to the beginning, before anyone woke up, before the truth consumed us.
Can they really do that? Are you sure that's what you want? Why wouldn't it be what we want, especially if it brings him back? We can't keep going without a nemesis.
I need him in my life. Who am I contrary to without him? Would resetting it do anything to help them? The people out there? If you continue to exist, then don't they continue to die and suffer?
If you believe we can give them more time, then we can give them more time. It's all up to you.
Yeah. Don't underestimate the power of our thoughts. You've seen what they can do. You haven't even seen the half of it.
We're going to find ourselves back here eventually.
And when we do, we can choose to do it all again. We'll always be able to start over, if that's what all of us want.
If we're here talking about this right now, how do we know we haven't done this before?
Maybe we have. Maybe we haven't. We can't know something like that. But we're choosing to do it now. And maybe we'll just keep doing it again and again, forever. It's almost comforting to know we can keep meeting each other over and over again.
How do you know that things won't just end worse? What if when I make my way back here I'm different and I hurt you? What if I kill you? What if I let you bring about the end of everything?
That's okay. We have to be able to trust that whatever choices we make, they're the right choices. Maybe we'll continue the loop of forgetting and restarting forever. Or maybe we'll decide, at some point, that it's time for things to end.
But how can we trust ourselves? Our memories will be gone and we'd have to decide to do this every single time. Forever. Eventually something is going to be different.
When we first met each other in the long quiet, there was something inside of us. Something we couldn't recognize or understand. And we can't say we fully understand it now. A warmth when we look at you. The kind you don't realize you're missing until it's come back. Every time we hurt each other, every time something awful happened, it was still there, undercutting the pain on the surface with a constant, soothing glow. That warmth is never going to go away, and that's why we believe in you.
This isn't fair. I want to be here with you. I don't want to be alone again.
You'll be back here again, sooner than you think. And then we'll part ways again, and find each other, and part ways, and find each other. It's like we're never really alone. Because even the time we spend apart is time spent chasing these moments of reunion. And they're all the sweeter for the isolation in between, don't you think?
That's beautiful. You've really grown a heart, haven't you?
I don't want to forget you.
We don't want to forget you either, but that's what we would have to do.
A single tear forms in one eye and slides down their cheek. Sorry, couldn't help myself.
We don't think we ever really forget, anyway. There's always something that draws us back together. Some buried memory that both of us treasure.
Okay, then let's do it. I believe in us.
Okay. If this is your choice, then I have your back. I guess I'll see you on the other side. Speak for yourself. Maybe I'll see you too. Maybe I won't. They take the blade from our hand and stare fondly into our eyes.
I love you.
We love you too. Everything is going to be okay.
Well, at least she's good at stabbing. Alright,
You're on
here
a
we go.
path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Well, time to do what I didn't do last time. Continue to the cabin. Guess it still ends like that. Well, I feel like going forward is still the better choice in this one. But also, I guess I stressed last time over nothing. Well, alright, so that's Slay the Princess. I think we went a little more confidently this time. But we don't have a lot of time left. I do kind of want to see that apotheosis ending, though. Since I am here... I am very curious. Alright. So, right, what if we just say no? Even when you became a shadow of a god, still you were bound to my will. I denied you apotheosis then, and I will deny you apotheosis now.
You speak of me as if I am a ghost, but I am right in front of you.
I'm very curious, because that's different text.
Shiver passes through me as unseen fingers dance across your skin. They offer you absolute.
Do I have to continue? I thought there was gonna be a fancy thing. Alright, well.
We are the whole of reality. That cold fire has left your eyes. Are you finally willing to listen? You are unmovable. Is it by the design of our conflict that I cannot win? Or are you just that fervent in how you cling to delusion? Nothing is immutable. If there is no open your...
Alright, well. doesn't look like there was too much, so... Would there be that much more ending? I am curious, because I just want, a little something different since I came all this way. But I guess, at the end of it all... See, the main thing is, I do just really like going to the cabin and seeing the princess at the end there. I feel like... gained a little more confidence to go that direction, but,
Nothing brings me greater joy than to hear those words. The final piece lies with you.
what does happen if I become God? Anything fancy? Fall into yourself. The body of an ancient creature stirs from its hibernation and you feel sensation in limbs you once couldn't fathom. Everything here, except for her, is you. You feel your wings spanning a cosmic scale, but twisted and crumpled and bound in agonized tension to a finite plane. You can feel the glass of the construct pressing in on you, confining you across infinite sides and infinite angles. You push back and strain against it, but it does not yield.
I love you.
All at once, the unyielding tension breaks. You're free, and she is with you.
It's magnificent.
There are no words, no thoughts to describe absolute reality. Something that simply is. What happens now?
Everything. Just like it always has been. And just like it always will be.
Step into the infinite. So I think this one's... Oh. Not animated. You and she step forward into 1,000 dawns and 1,000 sunsets, each of which contains 1,000 more. You exist, and you are aware, just as you have always been, and just as you always be. Though conflict is in your nature, the two of you will never be alone, and the two of you will never know fear. You and she are finally home. There are no endings, only new beginnings. That's the achievement I got. So yeah, honestly not, too different. Unless I go in and stab her, to cause, a sort of stagnation. And as the narrator says, it wouldn't entirely remove death. There is some of her in us, so the world wouldn't be completely stagnant, but, that's the most different it can be. And yeah, I still think, I like the end I got initially. Even if it is, ultimately the same one, I still like stepping towards the cabin instead. I feel like first run, I really did just keep that. I'm gonna be a centrist to the end. And then I kinda did. And then I just left. Cause they were just, always meandering, and so even after losing their memory, they decide to leave instead of going to the cabin. Kind of a cowardice afterwards. So, getting that ending here, but going to the cabin, I think, for me, is an important personal difference, because I think, ultimately, I played a Birdman who, didn't want to kill the princess, did not want to cause that mostly stagnation, but also didn't really want to be God. I really feel like the ending I just got, kinda out of character for what I was going for. Even in the second one, I think they value their humanity and the princess's humanity, even if they are always gone, even if they can never truly get rid of these aspects of their self and can only buy themselves more time. No matter what, the universe will always be reset in some capacity, because that's just kind of life, how life rolls. So, right Let's Slay the Princess. Again, this was the Pristine cut. I don't know if I have much more to add. I talked about it for a while at the end of my first run, and at the end of Pristine cut, I mean, my opinion certainly didn't go down. I certainly enjoyed myself. And I think I did get a few new things. I know for certain I did not see that one bit at the end of Damsel, so that version of Damsel is new to me. And I thought that was a very fun scenario. I thought that one was real good. real gut punch. I just cried, especially seeing the narrator actually just be like, yeah, you know what? I'm glad this happened for you. So, I saw a bit of new content, but I think, once again, this is a huge, massive thing that I think works best if you just sort of let it be a personal playthrough and let that digest for a bit, and if you want to go back to it later, you can. But in terms of me playing this on the internet, I think I'm gonna let you, the viewer, find all the loose ends, if you so desire. That is absolutely the, hey, if you saw a route you wanted to look at more, you play the game, you fucking do it, it's good. Black Tabby does good stuff, it's still amazing, and people who know the full breadth of the game would know better what Pristine Cut adds and how much that is, but I saw little bits and pieces, and I really enjoyed them. But you know, I still miss Razor, though. Admittedly, I do kinda wish I got Razored. It was cool to see that ending where you mess everything up. And I'm guessing there's probably a you destroy yourself or you destroy her in the Long Quiet. I don't think those were there before. At the very least, I never tried them. I didn't hear either. Maybe I should, but eh. I didn't want a premature end, necessarily. I mean, I guess I did get a few premature ends, but it makes sense to me, you know? Anyway, though, yeah, that has been Pristine Cut. Still absolutely fantastic. Still top of the game for visual novels where you make choices. Everything is still very clear. They're very good at making sure you know what your choices are, and they're always interesting. This is an unendingly fascinating game, so yeah, I will probably return to it myself at some point. Again, if you want to, you can do that yourself. If you want to see any more. Any other times I play are for me. Extremely good still. The everything, writing, visuals, music, all fantastic. Just 10 out of 10 if I cared to rank things. I don't usually, but it'd probably be there if I usually did. Instead, I will just say it is still phenomenal. But our time is at an end, which means it's time for plugs and whatnot. It's a little over 9, so I shouldn't keep my friends waiting too much longer. So, I've been wanting to get to this for a while, but Betterified did kind of take longer than I thought it would, and then this was out by the time I was done with that, so I am going to be returning next Thursday, 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern, with Mega Man Star Force, the first one. I think specifically I'll be doing Pegasus, but with a mod that just kind of makes everything be there. So yeah, I'm excited for that one. Again, I've been wanting to do it, I just haven't. Because Betterified was a bit, and then I couldn't not play this. And then for other streams, Persona 5 Royal is Saturday, 9 to 11 p.m. Eastern Time. And then what will probably be the final episode for now of Street Fighter 6 will be Tuesday, 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Got 2 streams wrapping up around the same time, though. Street Fighter 6 I will be picking up again later. Because that's still got more DLC down the road, but for now I'm I think I'm at the end for what I can show off, or just about anyway. That's it for streams, but you can catch the VODs on YouTube, including all the other Slay the Princess VODs, including the first run, before it was Pristine cut. You might be able to glimpse at things that, aren't in this version, because it's the old one. Ye oldie version. But yeah, no, that's on YouTube. I'm Dr. Masamune on there. And hey! Guess what? There are LPs there too. Mega Man X8 is Monday, Saints Row 2 is Wednesday, and Final Fantasy V is Friday. And if you want to support me, you can do so through Patreon or Ko-fi. I'm Pepper on both those sites, and you can find links easy enough in the Twitch bio or underneath the YouTube videos. Alright, well then, it has been an absolute joy to return to this. And again, canon ending was the first one I got. I mean, I'm sure becoming a god is great and all, but, if we are going to experience eternity, I would prefer we did so as ourselves. So, yeah, I have been Fefner. I hope you've enjoyed this, because I know I have. And I'll see you next time, for whatever it is I do next, which is Mega Man Star Force, as I said. But, hey, at some point, there will be more Scarlet Hollow as well. Now that they've finally gotten it all out of their system for Slay the Princess, they're back on their bullshit for that one. So I look forward to ranting and raving about that. The next episode of it when it comes out. Have a good night, y'all. I'll see you next time.